everybody, my name is Kim, and welcome back to my channel, Bookmarks and Breadsticks. Welcome back to Bookmarks and Breadsticks. If you're new to my channel, I focus on foodie bookish content, primarily in nonfiction. So you'll see me review tons of food writing books, anything from a chef's memoir to the history of corn, and I do try to read one work of fiction every month. It is September 27th, so I am here to bring you my September wrap-up. So this September wrap-up is super important because it dictates how many books I can purchase in the month of October. October is also my birthday. My birthday is the 4th. So part of my birthday is obviously going to some local Chicago bookstores so I can support my local favorite shops. I have 10 books to bring you today, and there's 3 days left in the month, and I'm trying to finish David Chang's memoir, Eat a Peach. I don't know why, but I feel like my camera is deciding to go in and out of focus when it comes to me. So forgive me if halfway through this video, I'm just blurry as all hell. 10 books that I read this month. I have 5 memoirs, 2 works of fiction, and 3 food history, food special topics. Some of these books I have talked about in other videos, so I will gloss over them fairly quickly. But if you want full reviews, I'll link up in the cards above where you can see more detail. First 2 books to get through are 2 memoirs from female food writers. These will be featured in upcoming book duos. The first I read is Brooklyn in Love by Amy Thomas, and I compared this to A Homemade Life by Molly Weisenberg. So won't go into too much detail about both of these. These were both, I think I gave them 4 stars. I might bring them down to like 3.5 stars. They're really fun reads, and I hope you guys watch the other video to get more detail. I'd love your opinions. Continuing on in memoirs, I actually read / listened to Molly Weisenberg's second memoir, which is Delancey. Let me see if I can find the right book to show you. So this is Delancey, and this memoir is about her and her husband opening up their pizza shop. So if you want to learn more about Molly Weisenberg, I recommend starting with A Homemade Life, because she very heavily references that book in Delancey. And honestly, I would give Delancey a lower rating than A Homemade Life because I feel like a good quarter of this book is paraphrasing the earlier memoir, and I found that a little bit frustrating because I read them back to back within the same week. Fourth memoir I read this month is Rebel Chef by Dominique Kran. You guys have seen me talk about this book quite a few times now. I listened to this as an audiobook with my husband as we drove to Buffalo for our wedding. This book is also featured in another upcoming book duo about female chefs from the LGBTQ community, so I'll go into more detail there. But really love this book, probably one of my top 10 for the entire year, which I feel like I can finally get bold and start saying because we're already almost into October. Final book in the memoir category that I read this month is Pen and Palette. Pen and Palette is about 2 friends, Lucy and Tram, and they are both in their early 20s, growing up, trying to figure out trying to put their lives together like you expect in your early 20s. And this is a fun read. I feel like I've referenced this in another video, and I'm not quite sure why. Did I put this in my August wrap-up? Well, if I did, I'll just edit it out. 2 works of fiction that I read this month. One is Salty, Bittersweet by Mayra Cuevas. This is definitely young adult fiction or early 20s fiction. I guess it's young adult fiction because she's 17 and she's trying to pursue her culinary dreams by going to France for the summer in this culinary boot camp. But there's a lot going on in her personal life. Her father and mother have split after he has had an affair, and now he's married to his new wife, who is very pregnant with her for their first child. And Isa, the main character, is trying to find her place in the world, and she's been so goal-oriented on this cooking journey. Is this still really what she wants? The other work of fiction that I read this month is Pizza Girl. I hated this book. I really didn't enjoy it. I give it a little rant in my wedding vlog. I have already unhauled this book and sold it back for store credit. It's a beautiful cover. It just was not what I was looking for or expecting. Okay, 3 books that would fall into the food history and food world and travel genres. The first is Franchise, The Golden Arches in Black America by Marcia Chatelain. This book I am featuring in upcoming book duos, and I compare this book with Michael Twitty's book, The Cooking Gene. Both are from Black authors and both focus on the role of food in Black America, specifically in the South. So I really hope you guys take a look and watch that video because it's a really great, interesting topic. That one is already live and posted. I'll link it above. Next topic is front of house. This is quite literally about the front of house, where your waiters, your servers, your sommeliers, all of them work together. This is featured in an upcoming book duos that I compare this book to Danny Meyer's Setting the Table. Can you see I did a lot of filming the last couple of weeks now that the wedding's over, so I'm very excited to bring you 4 different book duo videos. So coming soon, very excited. I also will continue to plug this book because I will always continue to plug this specific book because it's a Burgess Lee Press seal kind of book, which means that Burgess Lee Press donates 100% of our after-tax profits to the culinary education, hunger relief, farmland preservation, and other food-related causes. So if you're looking for a great food read that also helps the greater good, Front of House is for you. Final book from my wrap-up for today that I finished is First Bite by B. Wilson. I have read B. Wilson's other book, Consider the Fork, and the role of utensils and cutlery, and how that changed the way that we eat food as mankind. First Bite is one of her more recent books. I believe this came out in 2018. As I double check myself. 2015. Okay, sorry, I was close. Not really. So this came out in 2015, and The First Bite, How We Learn to Eat. I listened to this as an audiobook, which was kind of charming because the narrator was also British. It wasn't B. Wilson, but it made me smile. And this breaks down all the different roles that impact how we learn to eat, why we like certain things. And it's scientific, and there's lots of studies done with children, but it's really interesting. And as someone who struggled with my weight, but my love of food, back and forth, a formal emotional eater, I really enjoyed it. The book on tape is a little long, it's 13 hours, but I've been trapped in a photo shoot for 4 days where I literally am stuck at my desk watching the photo shoot on a Zoom meeting on my other monitor, so I've been listening to audiobooks. Don't tell work that. I mean, they probably don't care. So sections of this book include likes and dislikes, memory, children's food, feeding, brothers and sisters, hunger, disorder, and change. And I love that she ends this with, this is not advice, this is a lot of her learnings, and everyone's food journey will be a different kind of journey. As I mentioned, the final book that I'm trying to get through in the next 3 days is David Chang's memoir, Eat a Peach. I might finish it in the next 3 days. Again, I'm on a photo shoot for 2 more days, so that's 13-hour days of focusing on a monitor. I might not finish it. So I will not count that towards the permissible amount of books I can buy in October, despite it being my birthday book month. So here are 10 books that I read this month. A great deal of memoirs. I'm actually quite ready for a break when it comes to memoirs. I've loved David Chang's book, don't get me wrong, but 6 out of potentially 11 books have been memoirs. So I'm really ready to dig into some food history. I've heard that rumors of nonfiction November, and I need to find out what this is about. Stacked, very excited. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below if any of these books interested you. I have a lot of them in upcoming book duos, but what are you excited about? How are you feeling? It's almost October. It's almost the end of the year. 2020 is almost over, guys. We're almost there. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you're interested, I have launched a book subscription box called Read It and Eat, and there is a link in the description below. I hope you're all well. Wear a mask, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.